So Niley, you ready to get your cast signed for Alex 21?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right over here with Brad Y.
How about right here?
No, thank you.
Where? Right here, Dad? Or where?
Ask Niley.
Ask Hudson.
Do you feel it like right here?
What is it?
Alex 21.
Dad, opened, please.
Niley's fan club keeps growing. There you go, Alex 21.
Do I lift it up or what?
What do you got there?
I got a mouse.
What do you got a mouse for?
My princess.
Her princess. Normally she feeds her princess frozen, thawed mice, but because we are unable to go to, well, actually we don't even have a pet store here. And so she gets the frozen ones at Petco or PetSmart when we go to Phoenix or Tucson. But we're not going to Phoenix or Tucson anytime soon, so. There is one store here, it's actually a nursery that has like horse stuff and cow stuff and pig stuff and all kinds of farm stuff. And they have feeder mice as well, so.
This is my princess.
What are feeder mice?
There is the princess
California
to
king.
feed snakes.
Daddy, I did not think about this, but whenever I feed her live things, she gets really picky afterwards. Trying to
I
go
know,
back to
but
dead.
you're gonna have to though. There's not too many options.
Oh shoot, he's right on top of the mouse. Hey,
Please
don't.
don't bite her. I'm sure Princess will not be too pleased with that.
Ooh, a friend.
Get out.
One's in
Oh shoot, she saw him.
I'm not even joking.
shoot,
there was two mice in there, and the gray one looked like a rock. That's why I got that one, because I thought it was the only one in there.
Oh,
I missed.
Come on, Princess. The rest, like, what the heck?
It's like, I'll squeeze it anyway, even though I didn't bite it. That's weird. I've never seen a
he's
snake do that.
choking.
Grabs his foot.
Look how big
She's beautiful. Her jaw.
Almost done. Hey guys, so it is it's Saturday night. I'm on my way into work. This is my second night in a row. Spent most of the day watching conference, which was nice, and worked out a little bit in the garden. We are quickly discovering that we need to install some kind of irrigation because it dries out so fast. We planted one little jalapeno start, and even watering first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening, it still is wilting. So between conference sessions, I went over to a neighbor's house, and he's a big gardener, and he showed me how to install drip tape in the garden. So, and he had a bunch of supplies that I'm gonna buy from him. So in the next few days, we're gonna install drip tape in our garden to keep it moist, and hopefully that will get it growing. So a couple of things. Earlier when we signed Niley's cast, it reminded me of a story of years and years ago. I was a little kid, so I may not have all the details right. Some of the details may be a little bit wrong. Maybe I've changed the details to make the story better over the years. But my oldest brother, Jared, when he was about Niley's age, he broke his arm. And it was during the summer. And so near the time when he was supposed to get the cast off, he went to summer camp, to Boy Scout summer camp. And I believe it was on the beach or near the beach, or they spent time at the beach, or whatever it was. But when he got back from summer camp, he had a bunch of sand in his cast, and it was really irritating, as you can imagine. I guess it would be like having a cast made out of sandpaper, which would not be comfortable. And so when he got home, my mom realized that the cast needed to come off, that it was within a few days of coming off anyway. And I believe she called the doctor, and the doctor said, have him deal with it. And apparently it was pretty irritating, pretty bad, and so she didn't want to have him deal with it. And so my mom cut my brother's cast off of his arm with a hacksaw. All right, so the kids invited me to play this game that they've invented, balloon ball or something. So here we go. Tell me you have the ball in time.
That's the underhand. The underhand works better with the leg.
Get him!
Get first. I got it!
Oh, Natalie!
It was the one part that wasn't tape. I think I have more balloons and more tape.
Natalie just popped the ball.
So I popped our new ball, so our old ball, so we had to make a new one.
We can't have both pairs.
Catch it!
That's what I'm saying.
I need to go home.
Get that, suckers!
You're welcome. Hey, Dad, you kind of in my way.
Get it!
Time for the next session of conference. Here we go. All right, it is the next day. I just got back from work a little while ago, and I stopped by at the hardware store to pick up the parts for the irrigation system for the garden. We quickly realized that we cannot seem to water enough around here. The soil just sucks the moisture right out of the plants. So we planted a few things, and the next day they were already dry. So I talked to a buddy that lives nearby that is a big-time gardener, and he does he calls it drip tape. And so this is how it works. You take PVC pipe and you put it on the end of the garden. We'll put it on one end of the rows, and you drill a 5/8 inch hole in the PVC pipe. However frequently you want your drip tape. You put the grommet in there, and then you push the valve in, and then to the end of the valve you attach the drip tape. So right, we are done with that project. Looks like it'll work pretty well. The beds are all watered. That looks like it'll save time and save water because we're not watering in between. All the water is directed exactly where we want it. Except for there, we had a little leak. Laid out the beds, we laid out 2 rows that are fairly close together and then one a little bit wider so that we can get our four-wheeler between them if we need to. and then 2 rows that are close together, another one that is wider, and then 2 rows close together so that we can get the four-wheeler on either side right next to one row. Hey ladies. So I don't think I've shown you the ducks and the chicks in a while. Let's see, where are the chicks? Oh, the chicks are all in their cage. I moved them out here so that they can start getting used to each other. And all the little chicks are in this bucket. Hey chicks. These are the Aracanas. They lay blue eggs. You can see how big they are. So that's one of the new ones. Hey, see, that's exactly why we got to introduce them to each other slowly so that they get used to each other and so that they don't pick on each other. They tend to have a
Oh my gosh.
pecking order.
No, don't go through there. Alright, one.
Let that one go around. So move. There you go.
There are nappies.
And then these ducks grow so fast. It's amazing. These ducks are actually 2 or 3 weeks younger than those chicks. And they're like triple the size.
Of them.
The ducks are almost full size. So just starting to grow their feathers, it looks like.
At the front.
Yeah, you can see on the wing there, it's just starting to grow the feathers.
And the brown one is too.
Yeah, but ducks
yellow
grow
one doesn't.
so fast, it's crazy. And then there's these ones.
That one got herself a moo.
And fajitas is growing too.
Really big.
How's it going, fajitas? Doing okay? Hi.
She loves you.
Morning, guys. It's the next day. Just finishing up at work. I'll be leaving here in the next probably 20 minutes. Headed home. Check out the moon over there. See that? Pretty big, pretty red. Pretty cool. All right, guys. I think that's it for this week. I'm going to go for a little run and then got some other things to work on. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.